I told my brother I was selling his dream house. My brother Caleb has always been the golden child of the family. He has this way of looking at you like you are the most important person in the world, and then using that look to get exactly what he wants. He is 10 years younger than me, and since our parents passed away 5 years ago, I have tried to be his safety net. When I inherited my grandmother's estate and several rental properties, I felt like I had been given a massive head start. I wanted to share that luck with Caleb. 2 years ago, Caleb came to me with a vision. He wanted to open a community art space and gallery in our old neighborhood. He talked about how it would revitalize the area and give kids a place to go after school. He had sketches, budgets, and a passion that felt genuine. I was so proud of him for finally wanting to build something. I bought a small 2-story brick building that used to be a bakery and told him he could have it rent-free for 3 years. I also gave him $50,000 to renovate it and get the business off the ground. For the last 18 months, I have been his biggest cheerleader. I stayed out of the day-to-day stuff because I wanted him to feel like a real entrepreneur. We had dinner once a week, and he would show me photos of the progress. He'd show me pictures of sanded floors, new light fixtures, and murals being painted. He told me the opening night would be a massive surprise and that he wanted to unveil the finished space to me as his guest of honor. He started dressing better and bought a vintage motorcycle, which he said he found for a steal on a local marketplace. Last Friday, I was in the neighborhood to visit a friend who just had a baby. I decided to walk past the building. I didn't plan on going in, but I saw the front door propped open by a brick. I figured Caleb was there working late, and I wanted to surprise him with some coffee. The first floor looked exactly like the photos he had sent me. It was beautiful. There were art supplies organized on shelves and local paintings on the walls, but it was completely empty. No staff, no kids, no Caleb. I heard music coming from the second floor, so I headed up the stairs. The second floor was supposed to be the workshop area. Instead, it had been converted into a high-end bachelor pad. There was a velvet sofa that must have cost $5,000 and a massive home theater system. Caleb was there, but he wasn't alone. He was sitting at a bar he'd had installed, drinking expensive bourbon with 3 guys I didn't recognize. I stood in the doorway and watched for a second. One of the guys asked Caleb how he managed to afford a place like this in such a prime location. Caleb laughed and leaned back. He told them that he had inherited the building from our parents and that he was using a fake non-profit scheme to get tax breaks and city grants. He literally called it his personal clubhouse and said his sister was too busy playing landlord to ever check on what he was actually doing with the money. I walked into the room and the silence was immediate. The color drained from Caleb's face so fast he looked like a ghost. His friends shuffled out past me without making eye contact. Caleb tried to jump up and hug me, saying he was just joking around and that this was just a temporary living situation until he found a place. I didn't say a word. I walked into the bathroom and saw that he had used the renovation budget to install a steam shower and heated marble floors. He hadn't spent a dime on the community center. The art downstairs was just a front to keep the neighbors and the city from asking questions. He had been sending me staged photos of the downstairs for months, while he built himself a palace upstairs with my inheritance. I looked at him and told him he had 48 hours to pack his things. He started crying, telling me that I was being cold and that he just wanted to feel like he had something of his own for once. He said he was intimidated by my success and felt like he had to fake it until he made it. He begged me not to tell our aunts and uncles because it would ruin his reputation in the family. I didn't care about his reputation anymore. I called a real estate agent that afternoon. I told Caleb that the building was going on the market on Monday morning. I told him that since he liked luxury so much, he could go find a way to pay for it himself. The fallout was immediate. My extended family is calling me a monster for making my own brother homeless. They say I have more than enough money and that I should have just sat him down for a talk instead of taking away his project. They don't seem to care that the project didn't exist. Caleb is staying with our cousin now and posting on social media about how money changes people and destroys families. I don't feel guilty. I spent 2 years thinking I was helping my brother build a legacy, but I was really just funding his lifestyle while he laughed at my back. I sold the building 3 weeks later. I donated the profit to an actual youth arts program in the city. I haven't answered a single one of Caleb's texts, and I don't plan to start now. He wanted to live like a king on my dime, so I decided to take the palace away.